The 2015 Lamborghini Huracan LP620-2 Super Trofeo. The Lamborghini Gallardo was a powerful milestone for the Italian company. It set new records for sales and production while simultaneously propelling the brand into a more mainstream audience. The Gallardo also marked Lamborghini's return to one-make racing with the Super Trofeo series. Now that the record-setting Gallardo has been replaced with the new Huracan, there is a large gap in the Lamborghini lineup. Initial sales are strong, and it looks like the Huracan will quickly claim the top sales spot from its older sibling, and now Lamborghini has officially announced a Super Trofeo version of the new supercar to fill the race car slot as well. Gentlemen racers, grab your helmets. We knew it was coming, but now it is official, and we have all the details and information waiting for you after the break. With more power, a lighter weight and major drivetrain alterations, the new cars are promising to be much faster than the previous racing Gallardos could have ever hoped to be. You can find out all the new details about the engines, chassis aerodynamics and more after the break. Click past the jump to read more about the 2015 Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. All in-person images from Monterey Car Week are courtesy of Car Ninja and are used with express permission. Video. Teaser images. Top speed rendering. Exterior. The exterior of the new Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo is just as menacing and angry as you could hope. The front end has a new, sharper look with a giant front lip spoiler and gaping jaws to suck in as much air as possible. The hood now has two enormous extraction vents to create a major negative pressure area behind the radiator, increasing air draw. To make it as quick and easy as possible to make changes and repairs, the hood is attached with quick latch hood pins and much of the body panels look to be fitted with quick disconnects as well. In true race car fashion, the car now sits lower and the wheels are tucked as close to the fender wells as possible. To increase downforce and reduce drag as much as possible, the nose has canard winglets, there are large and aggressive side skirts, and we have the obligatory rear wing that is big enough to be seen from space. To improve cooling efficiency further, there is venting in the front fenders, and there are now large side intakes cut into the side that are not on the standard car. The overall look is extremely radical and I think it quite suits the ethos and history of Lamborghini. Drivetrain. The Super Trofeo version of the Lamborghini Huracan wades into battle with the same 5.2-liter V10 engine sitting directly behind the driver, but thanks to some computer tweaks and a better exhaust, power has been bumped just slightly to 611 horsepower. It may only be a 9 horsepower gain, but thanks to a lighter weight, it should make more of a difference than you expect. The actual weight of this machine is pretty impressive. With a quoted curb weight of only 2,800 pounds, the Super Trofeo is more than 300 pounds lighter than the standard car. Even more impressive is the fact that the Huracan Racer comes in around 150 pounds lighter than the old Gallardo Racer. Feather weight almost doesn't do this thing justice. A lot of that weight loss can be attributed to the heavily revised driveshaft layout. Where the standard car has to route power to both the front and rear wheels, the new Super Trofeo version only has to hassle with two wheels, the rear ones. Oh yeah, this is a true RWD-only racer, ladies and gentlemen. With the safety net of AWD gone, the team at Lamborghini did decide to include a 12-stage traction control system to help out. There are 6 settings for dry and 6 for wet. If that can't keep you out of trouble, maybe you shouldn't be on a track in a race car. Not only does this change mean the car is more exciting and better to drive, it also means that the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo is now eligible for new racing series aside from the Blancpain Super Trofeo series the previous car was created for. Making sure that engine and new RWD system play well together, Lamborghini has also ditched the base car's 7-speed dual-clutch transmission for a racing-prepped X-Track sequential with 6 forward cogs. Chassis. We don't have any real solid details on the new car's suspension or braking setup, but we do know who helped design it all. The company that Lamborghini contracted with to help develop this new racer was none other than Dallara Engineering. If you recognize that name, but can't quite place it, Dallara is the company that designed and builds all the current IndyCar chassis. They aren't messing around with this thing. Dallara also has a special historical tie, as the founder of Dallara Engineering, Giampaolo Dallara, was an engineer at Lamborghini in the 60s and was the lead on Miura development. Pricing. We don't have a price for the new Huracan Super Trofeo, but I feel like it's pretty safe to assume the usual: if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Competition. McLaren 650S GT3. Much like the Huracan Super Trofeo, the McLaren 650S GT3 sees the English firm take its latest mid-engine supercar and cover it in racing goodies. Just like the Lambo, the McLaren gets a new hood, new nose, larger intakes on almost every single surface, a lowered ride height and a gigantic rear spoiler. Thanks to an even larger dose of carbon fiber, the 650S GT3 has also lost a bit of weight. Thanks to FIA restrictions, the 650S does have a massive power deficit when compared to the Huracan Super Trofeo, rolling to line with only 493 horsepower coming from its 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged engine. Just like the Italian, the 650S GT3 also has a special 6-speed sequential gearbox. If you would prefer the 650S to the Lamborghini, you will need to act fast. McLaren has stated that only 15 of these machines will ever be built. Bentley Continental GT3. Aside from the Super Trofeo, the Bentley Continental GT3 is the newest member of the Take Your Supercar Racing Club. Much like the Lamborghini, the Bentley sacrifices the AWD system and automatic transmission of its road-friendly sibling for a rear-wheel drive layout and an X-Track 6-speed sequential transmission. There are more similarities too in the performance categories. While the Conti may be a much larger car than the Lamborghini, it matches the 600 horsepower and 2,800 pound weight of the Italian. Being a true race car, the Bentley does also come with the same collection of aerodynamic and visual enhancements. A new hood, with extra vents, an altered front end for sucking up more air, a gigantic rear spoiler and a slightly widened body all help to improve airflow, handling dynamics and engine cooling. Conclusion. If you are a fan of racing and Lamborghinis, but you never got into the old Super Trofeo series, now is your chance. With a new car that is lighter and more powerful than the old Gallardo model, the new Huracan Racer will be more exciting to drive. Thanks to its more traditional running gear and RWD setup, it will also build skills that are more applicable to real-world endurance racing. This could potentially lead to more drives and races if you were to move into full racing competition. Most every impression of the all-new Huracan is that it is the best car Lamborghini has ever made. Now it's a freaking race car. It doesn't get much better than that. Love it. More power than standard, weighs even less than the old Gallardo Super Trofeo, new RWD platform. Leave it still. No road legal model will be very expensive, will still need modifications to follow FIA rules.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.